Oh, we have made it. You would say the long, arduous winter, and it's the summer. Summer's a great time, man. But we have made it to game week. Cleveland Browns, week 1, Dallas Cowboys, Tom Brady and crew. We are finally here. And this season feels like a lot of Browns season. It's the renewal. It's always the excitement before the season. You talk yourself into this. You allow yourself to dream big. And this is another season that you have tangible reason to believe the Cleveland Browns can do something special. There are some great players on that team. We know the strength of schedule. We know all that, but we get real, live, meaningful football coming up on Sunday over there at the stadium. And boy, do we have a lot of football to get to as we get geared up. Dude, I love it. Browns, Cowboys, week 1, we got it all. We got to talk Conklin this morning, flipping over to left. It sounds like that's going to happen. I've got ESPN. Went around, executives pick their award winners. Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, maybe for Kevin Stefanski. What would that be, 3 in 5 years? Pretty impressive. We'll get to that coming up as well. Plenty of football. We're going to recap some Ohio State. That got a little dicey there for a little bit for the Buckeyes. They get it done. They cover. Guards! Yes! Yes! Hell yeah! God, do I hate the Royals. And boy, are they, man, things have flipped there for the Guardians a little bit.
Yeah.
Royals starting to tank it on out. Love it yesterday. We'll get to some baseball coming up as well. We got the grid. We'll get to time up. We got a little bit of the morning update. 2 for Tuesday. We got it all for you on a football week right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. We have made it. You know, it's funny because it's the summer. You feel like, oh, man, you really had to trudge through the summer. But we're here. Real football's going on. We got a lot going on with the Browns I want to discuss. I thought this was pretty interesting as well. CBS ran through their continuity rankings, and they ranked their teams strictly based off what they brought back. And I haven't read it yet because I want to see where the Browns are at because they brought back so much. Yes, we know it's all about Deshaun Watson. We'll get to that. I've got Cynthia Freeland. She does all the analytic work there for NFL.com. She has the win totals for every team, so we'll get to that. Plenty of football coming up. But we have to start the show with a couple of other things. And, you know, I'm wearing my Columbus Blue Jacket shirt today, man, because that was horrible. You know, and obviously I'm a fan of the Columbus Blue Jackets. And when you hear what happened to Johnny Gaudreau and his brother, I mean, I'm a young father myself. And dude, my heart, as all of us have seen the Blue Jackets community, man, that is horrible. That is, that is just so, it's terrible. And, you know, it's beyond that. And I sent this tweet, like, I'm going to miss watching a great player on my team, but they're missing a father, a husband, a brother, a son. The fact that Matthew was with him in something that's not supposed to happen. That is not supposed to happen, right? That is just one of, it's so terrible. And, you know, I know there's been a lot of tributes and a lot of things sending out, but it's just, you know, beyond the status of being a hockey player and all that kind of stuff, the fact that those kids grow up without their father because somebody got drunk and got behind the wheel of a car. Like, that is just, it seems like I get so angry because it's so avoidable in that situation. And you hear people get an Uber, like, and how many, like, it's just like, when are people going to freaking learn, man? You mow down 2 young people that had their whole lives in front of you. You ruined a family because you didn't want to pay $20 for an Uber. It is just such an incredibly sad story. And, you know, we weren't here on Friday because we all got that news. Some people knew about it Thursday night, but like when it came out Friday morning, man, I wore the shirt today because the Blue Jackets fans to his family, we're all thinking of them today. And that's just absolutely horrible news. So, you know, it's super sad and man, it's a completely avoidable situation and 2 lives taken and a family an organization just ruined forever. So, to his family, just trying to give them all the strength that they can going through just an unimaginable situation down there, in Columbus, which again, I know it happened out in New Jersey, but still like just super sad, on that. And then the other news that we had on Friday was Jim Donovan stepping down, and Jim's going to beat this again. We know that. He's got all of the city of Cleveland behind him, all of Browns fans. But I'm going to say something that we all will say to Jim Donovan. That's thank you. When I got into doing this job, you know what I wanted to be? You know who I wanted to be? Jim Donovan. I wanted to be Jim Donovan in the worst way. To be the voice of the Cleveland Browns, to be the voice of a generation. And getting to do this job, I then eventually got to meet Jim Donovan. So this was my first year out in Berea. So it was a couple years into my career. I'm a snot-nosed 24, 25-year-old kid. And I go to start shadowing Tony Grossi. And Tony and Jim are good friends. So I'm sitting there talking with Tony one day, and here comes Jim Donovan. And I go, oh my God, it's Jim Donovan. And Tony introduces me to Jim, and I say hi, and all that other kind of stuff. And we had seen each other a few times, over camp. So we get to the first preseason game, right? And I'm sitting in the press box, and I have no idea where to go. Like, it's my first time. I'm so bright-eyed. I'm like, man, what's going on here? I couldn't find my seat. So I'm walking, and here comes Jim. And I didn't think he would, like, dude, who am I? I'm nobody, right? Like, whatever. Jim stops, and he says, hi, Matt, how are you? And in my head, I go, oh, my God, Jim Donovan knows who I am. He helps me find my seat in the press box. Like, and I've gotten a chance to know Jim since then over the years and being able to work with him on the radio network and get to interview him all the time. And I sent this tweet, and it is so true, and I think anybody that's ever met Jim, you know this. The greatness of the broadcaster might even be secondary to the greatness of the person. For Jim, that he, again, one of the people that I look up to the most in doing this job, Riz and Jim. To meet him and, like, they ever say to me, you're heroes? Jim Donovan is one of the nicest, most gracious people you could ever meet. And especially for a young kid back then, for him to give the time of day, to even say hi to me. Like, it meant so much. And it's just, I'm sad because I'm not going to be able to hear him call games anymore like the rest of us, and the video of all the iconic calls and things like that. He will forever be my voice of the Cleveland Browns. Him and Deke, man. Just like my generation, that's it. So we all wish Jim the absolute best. He is the best. He's going to beat this again. And I know we put in there that he said he's not going to call games anymore. We're all going to dream. We're all going to dream that there's one more game for him. And we all wanted to get him the Super Bowl. We all want that Super Bowl. But when I tell you, just beyond Jim, the person, the broadcaster, like him, the person, is one of the best people I've ever gotten to meet. Not just doing this job. So I know he's going to beat this again. I know he's going to take it to it again. And I'm just sending so much love and really just, again, when I say thank you to Jim Donovan, just the days, like the calls are great, but like, again, for me being able to be out in Berea and sit there and just stand on the sidelines and BS with him and talk about this and talk, like, Jim is the best. And we all know that, and we're wishing him nothing but the best. So that was, again, I'm sad that we're not going to be able to get to hear him anymore, but I'm also thankful for the time. What do they say? Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. Jim Donovan is the voice of the Cleveland Browns, and he forever will be. And we all know that. So, again, the best to Jim. They do have an announcement today at 11 o'clock, and they say it's not stadium-related. It could be the next broadcaster. I don't know. We'll see on that. That's obviously going to be coming up after our show. But just want to send all our love to Jim, man, because he is the best. And, again, like, getting a chance to get to know him and understand who he was. And then I one time got to be in the booth with Jim and see him and see his preparation and see how he does it, the energy, the vibrance that he would bring to the games, the calls. And I'll be telling you, and I've said this to Jim too, I ripped him off, man. I would always steal his stuff when I would do play-by-play, when I would set up what the offense looks like. I ripped that from Jim Donovan. They say you want to emulate your heroes in this industry. Like, I would rip so much from Jim on how he'd set the play up, his little nuances to it, the cadence that he had. So again, just how great he was as a broadcaster. He is that equal of a person. And I just send so much to him, as we all do, knowing that he's going to beat this again. He's going to do it again.
Yeah, Trenton with a good idea. He says, let's put the patches on the uniforms.
I think that, and that's like, Jim's still here. Like, that's the thing. And it's the Doug Deacon booth up there now. That's Deeks. I would imagine, there's a wall. If you ever go to the press box, there's a wall of Nev Chandler and Casey Coleman and all the legends that are up there. And Jim certainly will be up there. But yeah, man. I think they had the clips of him calling the first game in the Hall of Fame game when the Browns came back. And just to do it for 25 years as the voice of the Cleveland Browns. He's the best, and I'm wishing him, all the best there as he continues that fight on. And again, I know he's going to get it done. Well, speaking of football this weekend, Browns taking on the Dallas Cowboys, and we finally made it. The big news this week, Ryan, sounds like we're going to have that flip that we all expected on the offensive line. 2 for Tuesday. We always do 2 questions, 2 answers here. Are you concerned about Jack Conklin playing left tackle, if that is truly the plan? It seems to be that way. We'll find out more tomorrow. The Browns are in their regular season mode where they'll be off today. They're back at practice tomorrow. Wills was not out there yesterday, and it just seems like all avenues are pointing that way. Now, yeah, you'd be concerned going into game 1 against Micah Parsons and saying you got to flip Jack Conklin over, Conklin coming off of his own injury. But I thought it was so interesting that we have gotten to this point where, I don't know, Ryan, like over the summer, it wasn't even like a conversation. Like we knew these guys were coming off injury, but we had so much about, all right, we got 3 tackles, which 2 are going to play. Like I sit here actually really surprised that Jed Wills is not ready to go. Now, there are things out there, and you can read through the lines, if you will, or read the tea leaves about why that happened. And I'm not here to make these statements on, okay, Wills isn't ready to go. It seems that way. Fine, we're moving on, right? The thing is, he eventually will come back. Do you slide him back in there left? At this point, you just have to worry about Sunday. You just have to worry about getting past the Dallas Cowboys. Your best option at this point seems to be keeping DeJuan Jones at right tackle and flipping Conklin over to left. He's not played there since college, and like a lot of offensive linemen that come into the league, they were all left tackles at their college, and then they find another position. And Jack was an all-pro at right tackle with the Cleveland Browns, right? It's not that far removed. But then you get the knee injury. You get when he gets his elbow stepped on. Like, it seems like, and I guess, Ryan, this is kind of true. I feel like Jack Conklin hasn't played football in 2 years. We talk so much about Deshaun Watson not playing for so long. I don't feel like we've seen Jack Conklin in 2 years. So now you have to flip him over and play left. Are you worried about it? Are you worried about it? And it's yes or no. It's not like, I'm kind of worried about it. Are you worried about him playing left tackle for the Browns, at least on Sunday? I think, again, if this was something that they were, okay, this is going to be our solution for half of the season or most of the season, you'd almost rather have that, wouldn't you? You'd almost rather have, like, no, this is set in stone. It sounds like this is going to have to be something that they're going to have to work through and each and every week kind of have a question of who's going to be there. I don't like that very much. Then you're like, all right, well, do we take DeJuan Jones out? What are we going to do? On the surface, man, are you worried about it, Ryan?
No.
Okay.
No, I think there's a lot more to worry about heading into week 1. I think if Jack Conklin is a top 5, top 6 right tackle in the league, and he played left tackle, and he played left tackle in college. And I know that's very far removed from his Michigan State days.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to be the reason that the Browns either win or lose on Sunday.
No,
so
I'm
not necessarily overly concerned.
No, I am. Okay, I would say overly concerned, but our question is, are you concerned? I go, yes. Yes, you're asking somebody that hasn't done it in years. And again, I know he's a veteran, but like we had that big thing with Jed Wills, right? It's not good, but everybody would say it's like wiping with the wrong hand. That's what so many people talk about. It's disgusting. It's early in the morning. I apologize for that. But they say there's an acclimation period. The other thing is he's not had training camp to get back into that flow of things. Then I also wonder, because I thought about this question for today, but it's 2 for Tuesday, so we're going to save it tomorrow. Behind Deshaun Watson, what are you most excited to see on Sunday? And Jerry Jeudy might be an answer. The defense might be an answer. But one of the other ones that we'll save for tomorrow, the offensive scheme, right? As we talk a lot about what Ken Dorsey is bringing, what we've discussed with Warren Sharp here on the show before, the meshing of all these systems. Now, you're going to have to change things on Sunday. You are going to have to change things to help out Jack Conklin a little bit more. Maybe you have to leave DeJuan Jones on an island from time to time. All of that stuff is the trickle-down effect from the move that you have got to make to put Jack Conklin over at left. And I do want to make it clear, this isn't official yet. For all we know, Jed Wills could come back out to practice tomorrow. But it seems like it's trending in that direction. I don't know. And then you sit there and you talk about the money, which, again, the restructure is done. You're not pinching pennies at this point and all that. But, like, you have 3 guys. 2 of them are getting paid like starting offensive linemen. And I am now truly in a situation, I don't want DeJuan Jones coming out of the lineup. There are people in the organization that feel like he is the best tackle they have right now with the injuries. And that could give you a sense of worry on that. Like he's, had a rookie year. He had a solid year, but okay. Like, I think they're leaving him at right tackle. So now you're going to have this, like, rotation type of game over there at left tackle. And I get it's a premier position. I'm actually more, obviously, with the discussion we're having here, it's more about what's that going to do for Watson. Bro, we remember how shook Baker Mayfield was when he didn't have a left tackle. Now, I would hope that Deshaun Watson has the more experience, he's played to a higher level, and maybe can handle all that. But Ryan, I wouldn't feel uber confident dropping back to play an NFL game with Micah Parsons over there and having a question at left tackle, even if it is Jack Conklin.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much. I don't know if the word I want to say is limit, but how it changes their plan, right? Because we talked about with Warren, the 11 personnel versus the 12. Well, if you're not totally comfortable with your left tackle, then are you more likely to run more 12 sets where you have that extra blocker? Like, how much is it going to limit what they want to do coming out of the gates with this hopefully new, revamped, better-looking offense?
Well, and the other thing, you want Deshaun Watson dropping back and sitting there like, I don't want to say a duck in the pocket there, but like he can move. You're going to put more on his feet. Like, how much that will have to change. And I'm not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, but again, to our question, like, are you concerned about it? I am, because I just see this, Ryan, this could shake everything up on the offensive line. And especially, what if you get out there and it really is a struggle through the first quarter? What if it really is that Conklin begins to struggle out there? You have to change everything. You have to run to the right the whole time. And then again, it's a run game that's without Nick Chubb. It's an offensive line without Bill Callahan. There's a lot in there. So I'm not trying to blow this up to make it out to be like the worst situation ever. But as far as Sunday goes, yes, Deshaun Watson will always be the thing we want to see the most. Ryan, I'm going to be super zoomed into that left side and watching what Jack Conklin has or doesn't have, against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, no doubt. Like, I mean, what if Jack Conklin just comes out and he looks amazing, right? Like he looks.
Sure,
like
I got to open the door for that.
He could be an All-Pro left tackle. I know that's asking a ton, but I think this is a situation that you're very fortunate to have a guy like Conklin, right? Like a lot of teams, they lose their starting left tackle. It's not that easy for these teams to just shift over and have a former All-Pro be able to come in and fill that hole.
Well, I mean, the good thing is he's a great run blocker too. So maybe that's okay. You talk about all the negatives and the worry. Maybe we can flip this. Hey, maybe they can really run the ball over on that side a little bit with Jack Conklin. At least he's ready to go. You know, dude, it doesn't really serve a purpose for us to get into this conversation about why Jed Wills isn't ready to go. I think it's an unfair conversation at times. Ryan, what are people saying about Jed Wills? They're questioning his work ethic. They do. And I can't do that. I'm not there. I don't know how rehab goes. Like, you hear guys, oh, man, they're going to attack the rehab. They're going to work really hard and all that kind of stuff. But there are a lot of people out there upset that Jed Wills isn't ready to go. And the first thing they bring up is he? I'm not saying that. I see it out there. I know there's a lot of Browns fans that are questioning that. And the decision was made to pick up his fifth-year option, all that. And I'm not trying to wish away this season. Trust me, we're not even game one yet. But you circle that as like, what are we doing there? What's going on there at that position for the future? Also with the fact of this could be Joel Bitonio's last year, like all that kind of stuff. But we got to get to game one. They've got Conklin out there at left tackle. We'll see how it goes. Our Twitter question is up at Matt Fontana's show. Are you concerned about Jack Conklin playing left tackle? Early results, please, Ryan.
Yeah. Heavy no. 76.3% say they are not worried.
Pat, more concerned about who's behind center. I could listen to that. Speaking of Pat.
Oh, congrats, Pat. Yes, I lost.
I am not producing the show this morning because by one stroke, we finished 6 under. Ryan and crew finished 5 under at the first ever Big Play Out in Garage Beer. Boy, were there some garage beers deleted on Saturday.
Slow, man. We were moving slow.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. I'm talking. Yeah, because like we turned to go out on 10, and you guys were still teeing off on like 17. You guys were only a hole behind us.
Well, we messed up. So what happened was we started at 8 or 17.
Yeah,
and then we accidentally then we went to 18, and then we thought we were at 1.
Yeah,
but it wasn't 1.
Oh, no, 1 is way back. Yeah,
so we were confused by that.
So I got to shout everybody out. I know it was a lot of work for everybody here at Big Play, like Padone and Luke and Pat. Everybody did great job. We had an awesome day out there at the golf outing on Saturday. I don't even know who won. I think Jimmy's son was in the group that won. They were like 14 under or something like that. But we had a fantastic day out there. Got to thank everybody at Garage Beer. We saw Paige Spranik leave. And we knew you were behind us, so you didn't get a chance to meet her. I'm sorry about that. We literally pulled up at the par 3 she was on, and we didn't even get to say hi. She was getting in the golf cart and leaving. So
it happens.
Sorry about that. It happens. But great day on Saturday. If you were out there, we appreciate you so much. 3 days worth of coffee. That's all I ask from Ryan. So that's it. Just on the one. But there you go. Recapping our day, which was a lot of fun. Hey, I told you I ordered good weather, and we lucked out. It was a beautiful day there at the Lower Mount. Hey, shout out to Jimmy and his crew as well. It was awesome. I know we had pin shot out there. There were people shooting pin shot. We had a fantastic day at our golf outing on Saturday, which was awesome. All right, more Browns to get into, but we got to post our second 2 for Tuesday. And I think this is going to be a runaway, but I still want to post it to see. Muni Lot or the Pit? Because we're getting ready to go for the first game of the season. We maybe have to get used to not playing football there in the future. I don't know. But Muni Lot of the Pit. And I think Muni's probably going to get a lot of that vote. Like, there's something special about the Muni Lot. But I was trying to think of something like tailgating related, trying to get going for that. So our second 2 for Tuesday, as always, will be 2 questions, 2 answers. Muni Lot of the Pit. Ryan, cast your vote.
I guess the Muni Lot.
We don't have a lot of experience, though.
Yeah, no, I don't. So I can't really vote on this, to be honest.
The thing about the Pit is it's so much closer. But Muni Lot's got the store. Muni Lot can be a giant pain in the ass. Like, getting into Muni Lot can be tough. It's a long walk. It's so crowded. We'll put that up as our second one there. At Matt Fontana Show. Drops a file there. We're always streaming live. Twitter X. We're up on YouTube. Twitch. You can follow us at Matt Fontana Show. The brand new Big Play app. Download it. iOS, Roku. Coming soon to Google. You'll get all of our shows, all of our interviews with the new Big Play app. That's where it's at. Check it out on that. All right, over to NFL.com. Cynthia Freeland, who is their network analytics expert. She ran through all of the AFC win projections for every team. So she's got her formula. She looks at the past 12 years worth of data for personnel, schemes, matchups, and identifying factors that are proven to lead to either wins or losses to come up with her math. She ran a million. Wait a minute. Cynthia's simulations include 1 million runs of every single regular season games, which equates to 272 million games played in her simulation to come out with the projected win totals for every single AFC team.
I feel like she's Dr. Strange.
It's a lot. I interviewed Cynthia over at ESPN Cleveland a while ago, and you got to have a passion for that kind of stuff, man. And it's like, it's again, 272 million games that she played in this simulation. Imagine playing that on Madden.
It's like in which simulation do the Browns win the Super Bowl? And Dr. Strange is like, there's one. There's only one.
There's one. I don't want Tony Stark to die again. So
if he has to die for
if he's got to die for a Browns season for a Super Bowl, then so be it. Sorry to Tony Stark. Which he's back anyway. All right, there was big comic book news all weekend, by the way. See, Josh Brolin might be in for Green Lantern. Hell yeah.
What's that now? 3 people he's played in MCU?
Well, no, this would be DC now. He'd finally jump over.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he played Cable, Thanos.
Yeah, no.
Thanos didn't really count because it was just kind of his voice and like.
No, he was still.
I mean, it was the capture on his face, but yes, he played Thanos. Obviously cable, and now if he jumps over and play Greenland, so it'd be good. All right, let's start at the top. The most wins projected from Cynthia's simulation with 11.4 would be
the Chiefs.
That is correct. Ceiling of 13.3, a floor of 9.5. And it's funny because I will give you the FanDuel over-unders, and a lot of these numbers are right on. So again, Cynthia's simulation is 11.4 wins for the Chiefs, and their over-under is 11.5. Would you take the over? Take the under?
I would take the over.
I would probably do the same. Second highest in the AFC with 10.5 wins.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Correct. Ceiling of 12.4, a floor of 8.3, and again, smack dab on the over-under, 10.5. I like to keep saying that I don't see it for the Ravens, so I'll bet the under because I hate the Ravens. It is what it is. All right, third highest in the AFC from Cynthia's simulation, 10.4 wins.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
No. Well, okay, I'm going to you are correct. There's two teams that tied. Cincinnati was one. They have a ceiling of 12.6, a floor of 7.5, and again, 10.5 is the over-under. So again, they would get the wild card because again, Chiefs win the West, Ravens win the North, Bengals at 10.4 would get the wild card. The other 10.4 team?
The Buffalo Bills?
No.
The Miami Dolphins?
No.
Is it a South team?
Yes.
Okay, I figured it had to be the Texans.
That is correct. Ceiling of 12.5, floor of 8.5, and their over-under is 9.5. So Cynthia has them a full win ahead of their over-under in Vegas. So if the odds tell you, or at least your simulation tells you, take the over on that, they will win the AFC South. Then at 10.1 wins.
Is that the Bills?
No.
Is that a North team?
No.
So is that the Dolphins?
It's got the AFC East champions. The New York Jets, Jets.
I mean, if like, here's the thing. It's not.
I'm not buying
It's
that.
not that hard to believe. Like, we're sitting here talking about everything's hinging on Deshaun Watson. Well, it's the same thing. Everything's hinging on Aaron Rodgers.
Now, here's the crazy thing. She has them winning the AFC East. She also has the Bills at 10.1 wins, which is the exact same, and then the Dolphins at 10 even. So in her projection, she only has a 10th of a win for all three of those teams being the deciding factor. Do you think that's going to be the closest division race in football, AFC East? Some people might say the North, but Cynthia's simulation here says it's going to be the East between the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Jets being the closest division.
I could also argue that the South would be very close.
For negative reasons, right? Oh, you're talking about the AFC South.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could listen to that too. I thought you were talking about the NFC South. Yeah.
Because I think, like I've said on the show, I think the Colts are winning that division.
Okay. So now that's got the Bills and the Dolphins as your projected wild card teams. The Browns missed the playoffs in Cynthia's simulation. Do you want to know why? 8.7 wins. That's almost 2 full wins less to miss the playoffs. The ceiling is 11. The floor is 6.5. Over-under in Vegas is 8.5, which is exactly what Cynthia comes up with.
I mean, what does that tell you? It just tells you nobody knows what to expect from Watson.
Well, here's the write-up from Cynthia. I know I say this for every AFC North team, but let me mention this once again, that this division forecasts as the league's most competitive. The one cool, I don't know what NGS note from last season, I don't know. Amari Cooper earned 629 receiving yards on vertical patterns, post, corner, go, and wheel routes. That tied him for CeeDee Lamb for the second most on those type of routes, only behind Tyreek Hill, who almost had double. He almost had 1,200 yards just on go routes, wheel routes, corner routes, deep routes last season. But that's her quick write-up on it. Like, man, what a gut punch that would be at 8.7.
I mean, yeah.
2 full games behind. 2 full games behind. Then she has the Steelers at 8.6, right with us. Jacksonville 8. Colts 8. Chargers 8. Denver 6.4. Tennessee 6.2. Vegas 5.7. And bringing up the rear is the Patriots at 4.7 wins in Cynthia's simulation. I mean, again, the thing about that simulation is what are you going to get with... I'm sure when she plugged these numbers in and when you put what Deshaun Watson is, It's you are what? Asking him to not play to the standard. And what I mean by that is a lot of people out there think they have the idea of what Deshaun Watson is going to be. And that's not great, right? If he can not play to what the expected value is for Deshaun Watson, then this team is going to turn it around. Then you sprinkle in, okay, can this defense do it again? Do you have the offensive firepower beyond Watson to be able to turn this thing around and get where you need? Listen, you're not making the playoffs without 10 wins. That is just a fact. You are not going to make anywhere close to a playoff team without 10 or 11 wins. To do that, you've got to split in the division. You have got to somehow, in the group of Dallas and Kansas City and Miami, you're going to have to win a couple of those games. Sprinkle in a couple of the other ones. Yeah, you can go beat up on the Saints and you'll go beat up on the Commanders and all that other kind of stuff. You got to factor in, you're going to lose one of those games. You are going to lose one of those games that you thought to be a for sure win. But it's just that simulation has got to be that Deshaun Watson is an average quarterback. And it's a debate that we've had here a lot. I don't need him to just be, I don't need him necessarily to be elite. I just need him to be above average. Now, eventually, yes, I'm going to want to see him take the steps forward to be the guy that y'all thought he was going to be. But for right now, I just need above average. That's where my bar is going to start. And when you think about all the rest of these teams that, again, if I told you had a playoff field of Tua, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes, you'd say you'd probably be an idiot to bet against one of those quarterbacks not making the playoffs, right? Now, what have we seen over the last couple of years? I'm assuming one of those guys is going to get hurt. Usually it's one of those guys that get hurt. So that's your little twist. And yeah, did we maybe take a spot that wasn't really meant for us last year because of some of the injuries that happened? Sure, I understand that. And you got to leave that window open that it's going to be one of these teams that maybe take a step back, or again, you never know how the season plays out. But I just got to look at that simulation and say that has a lot to do with, okay. And I know Cynthia went back of all of Deshaun Watson's career because she went 12 years in the past to come up with the simulation. Brian, what have the past 3 years been for Deshaun Watson? Not good. Not good. Missed games, and when he's in there, he doesn't look all that right. I understand why the numbers and the computer would tell you Browns are destined to be an 8-win team. God, that sounds, oh my God. And it's like a nice flip because back in the day when you wanted to go 8-8, you'd be like, man, we'd love to have that. Not anymore. Not anymore. And to Cynthia's floor of 6, which again, like I get it that's like the low bar. You're winning more than 6 games this year. Come on now. The thing is, if I give you the 8, can you really sit there and find me 2 more? And I'd like to say yes, and I'd like those to come into the division. But man, you get ready to go for Sunday, and I know Dallas is an NFC team, but you steal one of those early in the season, they had some drama there. I know it's all over, and CeeDee's there and ready to go. There's a lot of pressure on Dallas, because that's the other thing I was thinking a lot about this game coming up on Sunday, right? You got Dallas coming in here probably about as pissed off as they could possibly be. They know all the conversation that has happened with their team and the heat that's on Mike McCarthy and Jerry saying all the stuff that is, just let alone you have Dak Prescott coming here trying to stick it to his owner. This season is a revenge tour type of thing for Dak Prescott to prove to Jerry Jones that he deserves $55 million a year or whatever he's going to get. Now, I was listening to somebody was talking about Dak Prescott, and they were talking about him coming back to Dallas. And their whole point on that was, where else would he go, right? Do you see a team that would line up right away next season and say, here's 55, Dak?
Yes.
I kind of said the same thing.
The Raiders?
That's the first team that I thought of. Now, would Dak leave to go to that type of team? And
the Titans?
Yeah, depending on what Will Levis is. And then there's salary cap implications and all that other kind of stuff and everything that's going on there.
I mean, the Steelers, they're not financially committed to Russell or Justin Fields.
No, and I have to look at their future caps to see where that's at. God, I hate him to go to Pittsburgh. But, that's when they come in here Sunday. Let's call it for what it is. Dallas doesn't think this is going to be a game. There is no way that the Dallas Cowboys are coming here on Sunday thinking that they should not be favored and wipe the floor with the Cleveland Browns. Now, early in the season, And this sounds like we're talking about the Browns when they were 4-12 and this crap-ass team, right? That's not it. But early in the season, that's when you can catch somebody. I was thinking about this of all the early season. Remember that Pittsburgh game we went to overtime? And James Conner fumbled. It was a rainy kind of day. We started that season after COVID against the Chiefs. That season opener, it's all the way back with Miami when Brandon Weeden got stuck under the flight. Like I was thinking about, going down memory lane of all these season openers, and the hype is there. The excitement is there. But can I just, I'm going to be honest with you for a little bit, Ryan. Like, I'm hyped and I'm ready to go, but it's like, I feel different. And maybe it's because I haven't seen Watson. Maybe it's because this offseason was a bit of a dud. And I'm not saying that in a negative light. I'll take that into you had no real drama. Okay, you had to figure out your tackle situation. You brought in Jerry Jeudy. You had to deal with the Amari Cooper stuff. But it's not like, it's weird. I need Deshaun Watson to play well, but I'm not viewing him as like this prize, like first round pick. And I want to see him out there. I want to see Nick Chubb. I want to see Myles Garrett. I'm not saying like I'm not excited. I am, but I have a different vibe for this season opener for some reason. I don't know why.
It probably comes down to what you saw last year. Now you have these expectations. Right?
Yeah.
Like last year, don't get me wrong. We knew we were going to be a good team. At least we should have been. And you had higher expectations for Watson. Now you have another year where the doubt is even more increased with him. And I think that probably has a lot to do with it. You know how good the defense is. You know the pieces around him are there. It's interesting.
It is like a little exercise in futility where I could sit here for the next 3 days doing this show and every day go, what do you think we're going to get out of Deshaun Watson? What do you think we're going to get out of Deshaun Watson? How do you think Deshaun Watson's going to play? Do you think this is going to be his year? Do you think he'd turn around? And I just don't know. And I would probably say, like a lot of Browns fans, I have that little tiny piece of fear in me that Sunday goes really, really bad. Right? Like, that's it. And more specifically about Watson. And then, I want to see this defense. Can you do it again? Denzel Ward's back healthy, which is great. You got your full complement of defense. Maybe I got to start putting more eggs in that basket for this defense just to pick off Dak a couple times to limit what they do. They can't run the football over there. You really think Zeke and Rico Dowdell is going to do it for you? No. Shut them down on defense. Denzel, CeeDee Lamb, shut his ass down. Let's do it. Maybe put a little bit more on the defense. But I've got that little piece in me like any fan of any team was. You have that little piece in you and you're like, well, it's going to go really bad. This could not be it for Deshaun Watson. And know that there's a long season ahead to go. But it all starts on Sunday. Speaking of season kicking off, ESPN went around and polled NFL executives for their season awards. So I want to get up to the top here. And Jeremy Fowler is the best. They asked league executives and scouts who's going to be holding the hardware at the end of the season for all the awards.
Let's do it.
He didn't. I was looking to see did he talk to like 20 or 30. He didn't put this in there, but let's see how this goes. Okay, MVP, according to NFL executives.
Are you going to give yours?
Sure.
Or do we want to give ours later?
I think we could run through all. Well, because we do have to do our season preview on that. We do. We want to save that for later in the week? Maybe Thursday when they kick off?
Yeah, we can do that.
Season preview one? Let's do that. Let's do that Thursday. We'll do all of our awards. We'll pick all the divisions, too. We'll see how that goes. All right, so we'll save that. So who do you think the NFL executives picked for MVP?
I'm going to guess they're going the route of Patrick Mahomes.
That would be correct. Many voters have sort of given up on the idea of a sleeper pick in this category. Resulted in Josh Allen and Joe Burrow got those each the last 2 years. And it's been Patrick Mahomes. And, well, who won the year before? Was that Aaron Rodgers?
Yes. That's
right. Oh, no. Lamar won it last year, and then Patrick won it the year before, right?
Yeah, Lamar was this season.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah.
And it's crazy. The last 6 NFL MVPs have gone to 3 guys. Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Lamar Jackson. They each have their 2. And they said, but deviating from the obvious choice is getting tougher to defend. More than 60% of the votes in this went to Patrick Mahomes as the pick. Others receiving votes: Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, and Jordan Love.
Yeah,
I like that Jordan Love.
He's the sexy sleeper pick this year.
I like that a lot. All right, Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, you got your McCaffreys, right? He won it last year. I'm assuming it's going to be a receiver that they have this season.
Correct.
Is it going to be Tyreek?
That is it.
Yeah.
Obviously, he slightly edged Christian McCaffrey, the 2023 winner in part because of precedent. But even this offseason, what? Tyreek was number 1 on the NFL list, like all that. Others receiving votes, Bijan, Breece Hall, and Jamar Chase. So Christian McCaffrey didn't even get any votes in this.
I think it's fatigue.
And maybe that offense going to start running through Brandon Ayuk a little bit more?
No.
Don't think so?
No.
Still think CMC is going to be very involved there?
If he's healthy, without a doubt.
All right. Defensive Player of the Year. NFL executives has voted from Jeremy Fowler. Who do you think they want?
It's another one, right? I mean, who was the last back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year? I'm not even sure Aaron Donald did it, right? So I'm not.
Did J.J. Watt do it? I think he did.
So you have your perennials, you have your Myles Garrett, you have your Joey Bosa's, and usually this is an edge award. We know that. So I'm going to guess they're going to say the first time he's going to get it is Micah Parsons.
That would be correct. By the way, Donald did go back-to-back, 17 and 18. So Watt won at 14-15. Donald won at 17-18. And then back in 2020. So they did go Micah Parsons on this one. And they said, Parsons promising it's going to be up and all that other kind of stuff. Parsons hasn't peaked despite back-to-back seasons of at least 13 sacks while fighting through constant double teams. A veteran NFC scout, the whole Cowboys defense is built around Micah Parsons. They're going to move him around all over to isolate the matchups, and he's in a contract year of sorts. So the motivation will be there to really break out. Mike Zimmer is there, which, by the way, is lighting up the Vikings over the weekend with all that. But plan to utilize him more in his 4-3 defense as more of an edge rusher that can, and, at time linebacker from blitz to different angles, but I think that's going to help him out. Obviously, other receiving votes. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Max Crosby. Then there were 2 others that I thought were interesting because they weren't true edge pass rushers.
Okay. Well, are we considering TJ Watt?
No.
Right.
Watt, Garrett, and Crosby also got votes. 2 others got votes, but these guys are D tackles.
D tackles.
These guys are D tackles.
Matabuke?
Yes. I know he changed his name. I think Nnamdi Matabuke now.
Did he?
He's not going by Justin anymore.
Oh,
so I want to be respectful of that. I think Nnamdi is what you want to go with. So Matabuke got 1, and then Quinnen Williams of the Jets. No Chris Jones in there. Huh? No Chris Jones. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Caleb Williams. Ran away with that. The only other 2 guys to get votes, though.
Okay. Jaden Daniels?
No.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's a receiver?
Yes.
Marvin?
Marvin is 1.
And is the other one also a receiver?
No.
Is it a running back?
It's a quarterback.
It's a quarterback.
That's not Jaden Daniels.
Bo Nix.
No. Drake May.
They
have to assume that he's going to get that role sooner rather than later. That's Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Byron Murphy of the Seattle Seahawks. Other votes go to Jared Verse and Dallas Turner. Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to vote Deshaun Watson.
Dude, I'll tell you, didn't even receive other votes.
I got to imagine Nick Chubb got a few votes. I don't think he's going to play long enough for that. No votes at all?
No.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers?
Nope. Oh, yeah, sorry. Aaron Rodgers is correct.
How about Herbert?
He didn't get votes either. Kirk Cousins, Jalen Phillips, Joe Burrow, Anthony Richardson. Can you really give that to Anthony Richardson? When you have, okay, and I'm not trying to freak out about Comeback Player of the Year. I don't really care. Sorry to Joe Flacco. Follow me on this. Can we get on a rabbit hole for just a second?
Sure.
What is the Comeback Player of the Year? That means that you came back to play to a level that you already established. How could you say that for Anthony Richardson? You don't know if he's going to be good or bad. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, if he came out and he just stunk, then you'd be like, well, he's basically it's almost like you're giving Comeback Player of the Year to a rookie quarterback, right?
Yeah, no.
Is Anthony Richardson not basically a rookie quarterback?
Essentially, I follow that.
I get it. Kirk and Burrow will obviously be, and I think Burrow might actually have the edge on this. Because if he takes the Bengals back to the playoffs or wins the division, I think you just give him that award right away. So that's Joe Burrow. Breakout Player of the Year from NFL executives.
So, what's the statute of breakout, right? Because,
of all these guys.
Because it depends, right? I could see a player like Bijan, who had a great rookie year, but was limited with touches because of Tyler Algier.
Yeah.
Quarterback play was awful. He has the potential to lead the league in rushing, right? So does he count?
I mean, yes, but he didn't get votes in this.
Okay.
Jameson Williams won this from the Lions.
So that makes a guy who has not done anything yet.
Right. Yaya Diaby, Trayvon Walker, Zamir White, the running back for the Raiders, which I'm excited about, Will Levis and Zay Flowers all got votes for breakout player on that.
Well, I hope it's not Zay.
Well, and I hope for the Browns, maybe MJ Emerson. And it's tough because, I think he's played really well. So how can you break out when you're already kind of viewed as a really good player?
Well, what's breakout is that you come out and at the end of the season, you can say you're certified top 10 in your position.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. So I think MJ's primed for that as well. For that award. Jerry Jeudy might be it too. Could that be breakout for Jerry Jeudy this season? We'll see. Final thing, preseason NFL executives, coach of the year.
So tell me this. The guy that they have projected to win this.
Yes.
Is this the formula of a rookie head coach who surprises people, takes some team to the playoffs? Or is it a guy like Stefanski who pulls something out of his ass?
B. I don't want to say pulling out of your butt, but he's not a rookie head coach. Not anymore. Anyway.
How about this? I could see a scenario. His team wins the division.
Mm-hmm.
They have 12 wins.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in a pretty solid division.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Matt LaFleur.
Good guess. He got votes.
Okay.
He got votes. Do you want me to run through the others that received a vote before you pick your guy?
Sure.
Shane Steichen, which I think is a little almost like a rookie head coach, like you're taking the steamer elevated.
I am. Nobody's picking the Colts except me.
Jim Harbaugh, again, bad team, turned him around. Dan Campbell of the Lions, that's you've been doing this long, you probably deserve a little credit. Doug Peterson of the Jags, sleeper in this whole thing. And then Brian Callahan, Dan Quinn. Rookie, I know Quinn's been a head coach before, but new on the job. Brian Callahan, Dan Quinn. They all got votes. It's not the one that they picked, though.
Okay. Unless you think the Dolphins are going to win their division and win 12 games.
New money for Mike McDaniel. Congratulations to him. It's not Mike McDaniel.
Is it not? It's not a Harbaugh, right?
It's not. It's not John. Kind of shocked. I want to say, yeah.
Well, would this be a repeat winner?
No.
Okay, so it's not McVay.
No.
Shanahan.
No.
Wow.
Good pull, but no. Again, how does he not have one? I don't know. It's DeMeco Ryans. Because Stefanski barely edged him out last year, which, again, I know we got all in that debate and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But makes a lot of sense, right? It's a little like Dan Campbell, where you're you did so well last year and the years prior that you probably eventually just deserved to win this award. But they went to DeMeco Ryans. The fact that Stefanski didn't even get votes, do you think that's just the tiredness or again, Shanahan didn't even go. McVay didn't even get votes for this.
I mean, I don't think there's ever been a head coach to win 3 in 5 years?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe.
Maybe back in the day, not recently. Because, again, the trend is a lot of you took a bad team or you had a quick turnaround. Again, quick turnaround would be what? Harbaugh with the Chargers, Steichen with the Colts, Peterson with the Jags, Callahan with the Titans. Quick, fast turnaround. I also, and this is why I would lean towards Stefanski and I'd lean towards Kyle Shanahan. Coach of the year should be like the MVP of coaches, where you look at it and you say, your team would not be what they are without you. And I get that the feel-good story might be Brian Callahan and Titans. And how do you not look at Andy Reid? How do you not look at Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay or even Kevin Stefanski, who I'm going to start believing deserves to be in that conversation to say, this team would not be who they are without this guy as the head coach. And it leans towards they call plays, and all those guys are what? Offensive minded. By the way, do that. Before, offensive mind. Steichen, offense. Harbaugh, offense. Dan Campbell, defense. Peterson, offense. Callahan, offense. Dan Quinn, defense. I guess DeMeco Ryans' defense, too. But how do you not look at these guys and say, there's 2 direct impacts you have. The culture, which seems like this is what the award leans to, versus scheme X's and O's. I lean towards schemes X's and O's. Do you think the 49ers would be as good as they are without Kyle Shanahan? Absolutely not. Do you think the Cleveland Browns would be as good as they are without Kevin Stefanski? Absolutely not. I'm not even trying to take a shot across the bow here. I don't know what the Colts would be without Shane Steichen. I don't know. I don't know what the Commanders are going to be with or without Dan Campbell. Now, again, DeMeco Ryans, I don't think the Texans would be nearly as good without DeMeco Ryans. That's very clear and obvious on that. So maybe that's why it leans. And then there is a little bit of hype and a little bit of carryover from last season where some people really felt like he was going to win. So DeMeco Ryans gets Coach of the Year. That's fine.
Well, like the Coach of the Year award is maybe the only award that is predicated off of expectation because, like you said, it should be the MVP of coaching because you have your MVPs, your Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jacksons. But if it was weighed as if the MVP award was weighed similarly to Coach of the Year award based off of expectations, well, your MVP last year wouldn't have been Lamar Jackson. It would have been Brock Purdy.
Well, and how many times have you seen the MVP at midway point of the season, and that's not actually who wins the award at the end of it because guys get hot or guys fall off or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's called a Tua special.
Well, and I think it's almost the same thing with the Coach of the Year. You can win that award come January. You win that award in December. I kind of think Kevin Stefanski won that award in December of last year.
And here's the thing, right? Like, let's say we get to the scenario where DeMeco Ryans, gets 12 wins, wins the South. Yeah, but you have Shanahan with 13 wins.
Yeah.
How do you give that to DeMeco?
Right, exactly.
They will. Don't get me wrong.
And then you got to factor in your team. How good is your team? How's that all playing out? And we'll see. So, all right, plenty to come up in hour 2. We got a lot of football to get to as we get geared up for Sunday. We'll run through this as well. CBS Sports continuity rankings, which I thought were really interesting. We'll keep going on all the news coming out this morning. Again, 11 o'clock, Browns have an announcement. It's not stadium related, and I've not seen anything leak yet. The other thing that's getting a lot of push is new naming rights for the stadium. That makes a lot of sense because they would be down there at the stadium for, I don't know, I keep seeing everybody goes, welcome to Mr. Hero Stadium.
That'd be sick.
That'd be a lot. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. It probably is something with the stadium name. Ooh, that's a good question. What do you think it's the broadcast or the stadium name? I'm starting to lean stadium name. I think it's that. I think actually that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. They said it. Okay. And you want to know what? You want to know why it makes even more sense? Mary Kay had the reporting this morning where she specifically said it had nothing to do with the renovation or Brook Park, but she could have just said it has nothing to do with the stadium, and she didn't say that.
Okay.
So that's where I'm thinking maybe it's the naming rights for the stadium.
Put it on your sleuth hat.
What do you think? Mr. Hero, sure.
No.
Sherwin-Williams?
They don't have the money.
No, I know they don't. Everybody go buy some Roman burgers. God, dude. So I told you this story, right? When my wife goes out for dinner or like this weekend, she's going to be out of town. Say a prayer for me, please. By the way, I've got the 1 and 3-year-old by myself for 4 days this weekend. Good luck. Wife's got a trip. She deserves it. She needs to get away from, well, me mostly. But when I do dinner by myself, I always go to Mr. Hero and get a tuna. I don't know why she don't like Mr. Hero for some reason. I love it. So I'm very much looking forward to I just made that decision in my head Friday night and get Mr. Hero for myself. Sherwin-Williams, maybe?
They definitely got the dough.
They got the money. Big play. Maybe it's us. You never know. Garage beer.
Hey, remember yesterday we tweeted out we have a big announcement. Did you see that?
No. Oh. Yeah, we do. Actually, yes, we do. When is that happening?
Today.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, what time?
He's coming in. Show will go out tonight.
Show goes out tonight. So there you go. Brand new show.
Well, not a brand new show. It's a brand new segment.
Brand new segment of a show. That is correct.
Yes.
Is he joining Josh Murray? No. Big play clue?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get that announcement a little bit later. Maybe it's us. You never know. We'll see how it goes. All right, we can go no further. We've done a full hour. I can't believe we've gone this far. Guards! Suck it, Royals. God, do I hate the Royals. Man, that felt so good yesterday. When Gavin, dude, that, can I just not get that every start from freaking Gavin Williams for the love of God? Was that Lane Thomas? Lane Thomas.
Yeah, did you see they gave him the silent treatment?
Yes, he deserves it, to be honest with you. Naylor coming out, let's go. All right, come on, man. I just missed my parlay yesterday.
Did you?
I took 6.5. I was all over. I finished with 6. Hey, man, a win's a win. That's all I ask for. You get back after it tonight. We will get our plays, and we'll get after it with the Guardians. That win felt so good. And do you not get that vibe from the Royals that they're starting to feel it over there? Like they're starting to get into that free fall a little bit? Put them out of their misery tonight with Tanner Bybee on the hill. Let's freaking go.
Shout out Kyle Manzardo, man.
Dude.
Home runs.
Yeah. The stash.
That had to feel good.
That had to feel great for him. And that's like what you ask for a young guy. Go down, get your swing. And I know his average was not great down there in AAA. Get the swing back. Come on up. Get loose again. Get after it. Oh my God. I'm so thankful for the Guardians. And trust me, we were down in the dumps last week, and I was feeling pretty crappy about this team. I'm back. We're back on board. You get this win tonight. Just win the series. And you said, what are we, 3.5 back now, or 3 up now again on the Twins and the Royals now?
3.5.
All right. Get that little vibe going again. Close it on out. Get your win tonight, but we'll get our plays a little bit later on the Guardians and the Royals coming up tonight. So we got it all for you coming up in hour 2. We'll get to the grid. Unfortunately, it's going to be a short week, so.
I didn't think about that.
If we get it,
we'll figure it out.
Then maybe we can do it Monday for our giveaway or something like that. We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Let's go. I had some grids I got this weekend, so that was great. All right, so stay with us. Hour 2 upon us. Got plenty coming up. Tonight, you do have the return with Josh Maria Cribbs and Enter the Jungle. James Rapine and crew tonight.
And Big Play Cleveland because we couldn't go yesterday.
They couldn't go yesterday? Labor Day? All right, so because that's when is debuting.
There you go.
I'm excited for that show. I'm excited for that segment on that show. So we got it all for you tonight, folks. Easiest thing to do, go download. How many apps do you think you have on your phone? Like a lot? Are you a big app guy? I got the new Big Play app. There we go.
50 maybe?
Am I enjoying the Big Play app? Hell yeah, I am. There's the Aaron Donald interview. Come get some. Hanford, Bobby Carpenter, Enter the Jungle, the Matt Fontana show. Look at that new graphic for us. The return, bonus time.
What's our new graphic?
Oh, there's like a new it's not necessarily new. You can't see that.
No, it's not new. I made that.
I know you made that. But I haven't, because that was the picture for the poster at the golf outing too.
Yeah.
That's new to me.
No, I made that months ago.
Oh. Well, looks good to me. You got to put yourself in there. Why aren't you on that?
I don't know.
Come on. Put yourself as like a tiny little head of just your head up in the corner. Folks, the Big Play app is out there. All the replays of all of our shows, you can catch it there. But you still get it YouTube. We're up on Twitter, all across the board. Follow us on Twitter at Big Play for everything. But just download the Big Play app. Drennan, I joined Drennan. Oh, Lathan Ransom was on with Bobby. By the way, Bobby Daily.
Yes.
12:30 every day. Booby's World is there. We get some basketball before you know it. Check it out on the brand new Big Play app. All right, let's catch our first break. Come back. Plenty coming up in hour 2. Stay with us. Football week is upon us right here on Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby as Authentic takes them around the far turn. Tis the Laws making his move now, and they're into the stretch. These two stride for stride. Authentic, tis the Law. Here's the wire. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
All right, welcome back. Fontana Show right here on Big Play. New app is out. YouTube, Twitter. We're streaming all over the place. And Twitch. You can follow us for what you need. I know you're kind of into comic books and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. There's a new fan theory out there that the next Avengers is secretly an Avengers v X-Men.
Ooh. Isn't it Secret Wars?
Well, it's Doomsday.
Oh,
so they're going to have Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. But, like, if you read the comics, like, there's plenty of Avengers taking out. Like, the X-Men, do you know who actually has been the leader of the Avengers more than Captain America? Wolverine. Really? In the comics, if you follow the comics. Sorry. It just popped up as we were getting ready for the morning update. Add that into it. Got a lot on the comic book side of things. We got plenty of news with the Browns. 11 o'clock announcement from them this morning. Still nothing official, but I'm going to read through the tea leaves on that. Guards, Ohio State, Ryan's got it. Stories you got to know for your Tuesday.
Real quick, I got to ask, have you seen Deadpool yet?
No.
Oh, my God.
Well, I'm going to have to wait. When's it going to hit streaming?
Probably sooner than later.
Deadpool and Wolverine streaming.
Oh, you know what comes out Friday?
No.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, I saw that. I've seen a lot of promo for that, yeah. Okay, because Deadpool Wolverine hit theaters in what, July?
Yes.
Dude, I don't even know if it'll be on streaming. It might not be on streaming till like December. Okay. If Deadpool Wolverine follows the same pattern as Deadpool 2, it could be on Disney Plus around October. Late October.
They come out quick now.
Yeah. Of course, it'll hit premium on demand like Apple TV Prime, and like you pay to rent it. I'll do that. Maybe it'll be a little bit sooner, but I've already been spoiled on all the cameos, so there's really no point in seeing it, but we'll get there eventually. We'll get there one day.
Alrighty, well, the Guardians are now 3.5 game lead in the AL Central. They beat the Royals. They look for 3 in a row tonight as they take on the Royals again in Kansas City. Tanner Bybee on the mound for the Guards. For the Royals, Brady Singer, first pitch, 7:40.
Just squeeze it out, man. Just squeeze these guys out. And I'm shooting for my hip on this, and I want to pull this up. I feel like we've seen Brady Singer a lot in his career, have we not? Like, I see this. Sorry, the internet's going slow over here. But like, I don't know, I feel like we always own Brady Singer. I could be wrong on that, but like, I don't know. Just get after it. Squeeze this on out against the Royals, and send the message, and really kind of send, like, would you not get done with this series if you lose these and go, yeah, man, like, we're not going to get back into this? All right, here's Brady Singer. Well, he's won his last 2 starts against the Guardians, so I guess I really shouldn't talk too much crap. In his last 3 starts, though, he's given up 12 runs over his last 3 starts against the Guardians. So we've seen him a lot. Get after it tonight. Bobby's on the hill. Just squeeze it on out. Take care of those damn Royals.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, we are officially less than 1 week away until the Browns' first game this season. We know that's Sunday, 4:25. Browns open up as a slight 2.5-point favorite, Matt. But we're even closer to football as this Thursday we get the Ravens versus the Chiefs. This one is in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes and company open up as a 3-point favorite.
Go Chiefs, man. Like, I'll take an early season Ravens loss. I mean, like, does that not seem like it should be Chiefs minus like 5, maybe even 7? I don't know. I think I'm going to take an alt on that on Thursday when we go. A lot of hype around the Chiefs. I just have a lot of questions with the Ravens. I really do. And it's an early season. It's obviously even earlier because it's Thursday night and all that kind of stuff. But, man, if the Chiefs can get that win, start the season off bad for the Ravens, I'll be rooting hard for them coming up Thursday night. But, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. The kickoff to the season is always the best. The fact that football is here, we got our little dabble with college this weekend. It's just, this is one of the best times of the year, man. It really is one of the best times of the year. Mark me down, though. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I might even take a minus like 5.5 as an alt spread on Thursday. Could you not see Thursday being like an ass whooping? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take the Chiefs, certainly.
Right.
I don't know. It's week 1.
It is. There's a lot of craziness that can happen. It's just kind of, I guess it's probably more of me just trying to wish bad things on the Ravens because I don't want them to win the division this year. But Give me the Chiefs on Thursday. And again, Thursday we'll do our season predictions coming up.
Alrighty, well, that one might be close, but what wasn't close, as predicted, Ohio State beats Akron 52-6 to start the season, 1-0. Will Howard goes 228 yards, 3 touchdowns. Okay, correct me if Jeremiah Smith's a freshman, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
True freshman.
Yeah, true freshman. 6 catches, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. OSU looks ahead to Western Michigan. They play them Saturday night.
Scrimmage, you started off slow, so what? Akron covering by the skin of their teeth was the play there, but they did it. Well done. Don't want to read too much into it. There were a lot of other programs that did struggle this past weekend, and the thing is, you don't have that marquee out-of-conference game, right? You don't have that, let's go see Oregon or anything like that. You know your marquee games, your 3 marquee games this season are all in conference play. Started out slow, get your other guys in there. That was fine. I know there were people that tried to read into, like, man, what's this offense look like? And I didn't forget, because watching the Boston College game last night, you forget that, it was supposed to be Bill O'Brien. And he had that job, and then he turns, and I'm not yelling at him. I'd have done the same thing. He leaves to go get Boston College, but they had to bring in Chip Kelly kind of late into this whole thing. Hey, man, it was a glorified scrimmage. They got it done. Well done for Ohio State, and they got out of it pretty healthy. Jack Sawyer looked pretty damn good, too, didn't they? I've been waiting for that guy. I've been waiting for him to explode to be that type of pass rush. Not necessarily the Bosas, but hey, man, glorified scrimmage. You got it done, and you didn't lose like some other teams did this past week.
Yes, that's for sure. Well, there's a handful of teams that
that's what I'm saying. So if you want to start talking about, dude, how does Mike Norvell still have a job this morning? I don't know. That is more probably DJ Ungalele just being absolute ass.
Did you know him and Stroud were in the same recruiting class?
Yes, because Stroud was ahead of him. It was Bryce Young 1, then DJ, then CJ Stroud. Oh, God. Not good on that. What was the other one? Okay, Georgia beating up on Clemson. Clemson, I never really thought belonged.
Man. They are barking for Dabo.
I know, and they will. Oregon.
Yeah, that was close.
Not really what you want to see against Idaho, but that's fine. What's
Colorado's squeaking by.
Oh, Notre Dame, Texas A&M. That was a great game. Oh, and then USC, LSU, which was a great game, and I cashed on that underdog, man. There was a lot of hype around USC. That was it Miller Mason? Is that what his name is? The quarterback for USC?
No, it's
Mason Miller. Miller Mason?
No, it's Miller Moss.
Miller Moss. Thank you. He looked all right, man. And I think USC, which it's still going to take me so long to remember that they're in the Big Ten. Big Ten keeps sending out pictures of them. I'm like,
or is it Moss Miller?
No, his first name is Miller.
Miller Moss?
Miller Moss, I think, is it. Yeah, Miller Moss. 378. I mean, again, it's like it's week 1, so you don't want to read too much into it. But you sit there and you say, okay, is Miami back? I don't know. I think Florida is just crap.
Bad week for the SEC.
The SEC did not again. Georgia, Alabama taking care of business,
but you had Florida getting blown out by Miami,
right? Yeah. And I wasn't expecting Florida to make it either. Marquee games. I had a lot of fun watching that Notre Dame Texas A&M game. I think the most fun game for me was USC LSU, because you could just sit down and just kind of veg on that last night. Florida State is atrocious. They'll fall out of the top 10, or they'll fall out of the top 20. I wouldn't even give them a top 25 vote.
No,
they're that bad. But you just start taking shape. And, Ohio State did what they were supposed to do. Alabama did what they were supposed to do. Georgia did what they were supposed to do. Good weekend of prime. Good weekend. Now, the issue is, and we'll get to it coming up for this weekend, is there not a giant drop-off for this weekend? We get Texas, Michigan, but that's it, right? I'm looking at the top 25.
Yeah, I mean...
That's it. That's it.
That might be the only ranked matchup.
Yeah, Alabama, South Florida. And they obviously got to play all day on Saturday now.
Tennessee, North Carolina State. That's the other ranked matchup.
Yeah, but it's okay, fine. Yeah, I get where you're going. But yeah, basically you have one game to put all your eggs in that basket on Saturday. So, but yeah, so great weekend. Have college football back. Ohio State did what they were supposed to do. Get on to week 2 now.
Alrighty, well, good news for the NFC favorites, the San Francisco 49ers. Just days after locking down Brandon Ayuk, they find out Christian McCaffrey will return to practice today, but the bigger news is that the 49ers are finalizing a new deal with Trent Williams. The 11-time Pro Bowler is expected to finalize a deal as he's headed to San Francisco.
So did he win or did they win? Because on the Ayuk deal, it came out that the San Francisco 49ers won. It was the same deal that they've had on the table for weeks. Now I'm wondering about the Trent Williams deal. Who caved? Somebody had to have. And, now you turn your situation to Jamar Chase, which is super interesting. Dude, I know, okay, I'm not trying to be an a-hole, but I don't care about Hassan Reddick, okay? Like, he is in nowhere the stratosphere of Ayuk, Trent Williams, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase. I know they want it. He's not Myles Garrett. He's not Micah Parsons. Like, I know Hassan Reddick is a really good player, and I get that it's the Jets, but, like, everybody goes, don't forget Hassan Reddick isn't signed. Yeah, I could not care less about Hassan Reddick not being signed for the Jets. These other ones are more important. I'll be interested to see what Trent Williams got, to see if they caved or if they gave him the money that he wanted. And also, like, you know how I do it, man. I tie everything back to the Browns. What's my interest in this thing, Ryan? If I got to go out there and get a left tackle in free agency and you want to go pay prime dollars, well, you're going to have to see what the Trent Williams deal was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have we seen what his money is yet?
No, we have not.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that.
Sure, we'll find out today.
Yeah, and Trent Williams is unquestioned the best left tackle in football. Like, unquestioned. He took that mantle after Joe Thomas retired, and he's not giving it up. Beyond that, maybe Penny Sewell, run through. But Trent Williams deserves all the money, and I'm sure he got it all. But I'll be interested to see if, as this kind of rolls out, did the 49ers give in? Did Trent Williams give in? But here we are.
All right, lastly, for the morning update, the Chicago White Sox season from hell continues as they drop now 11 straight games in their 13-3 blowout loss against the Orioles, Matt. This marked the 20th straight loss in which Chris Flexen started. This sets baseball's modern-era record for most consecutive losses in a pitcher's start and has been shared with Washington Nationals pitcher Bob Groom.
I thought you were going to bring up their attendance and the fact that we have more people that watch this show on a daily basis than the White Sox have in attendance. It's sad. You would like them just to sim the rest of their games. Like, they don't want to play it out. Like, it's bad. And, they just hope for a reset, but you don't expect them to be going anywhere anytime soon. So it just sucks to be the White Sox.
Are they the worst team you've ever seen in your life?
Yeah, probably. I mean, the problem is that they have nothing to fight for other than not setting the record for the most losses, and now it's inevitable that they're going to do that.
Is it confirmed?
Well, it's like they would have to go above 500 the rest of the way out, and they can't. There's no way they can do that.
Unless they play the Guards every day, but...
Well, yeah, for some reason, we can't beat them. I don't know why. But the thing is, like, can you even go into that clubhouse? And I feel bad for Grady Sizemore. Can you even go in there and be like, all right, guys, like, yeehaw, like, rally it around. They're all sitting there. They know what it is. Those guys are already in vacation mode. They can't wait to get this season from hell done. You want to know what? I am thoroughly surprised that Garrett Crochet is still pitching.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm done, man. And if I was the White Sox, I'd be like, we're done. There's no point. Sit down everybody that's worth anything with them. Well, I guess Garrett Crochet's probably only answer that question, but like, I'd sit him down. I don't know why the hell he's still playing. Well, speaking of still playing, I don't know why we still do it, but we do. All right, so let's do this.
Okay.
If you're new to the show, first off, welcome. We appreciate you doing this. We do the grid every day. And if we get 5 consecutive days of the grid, we will do a giveaway. I'm very excited for said giveaway. I've got it ready to go. We got to get there.
I still don't know what it is.
But we only have 4 days this week. Do you want to say if we get the 4, then roll it to Monday, or is this week just a giant practice week?
No, I don't want it to be practice.
How about this? I'll do you one better. What if this week, on a short week, if we get all 4, we'll do a prize. It just won't be our grand prize. I've got the grand prize idea that I want to do as our next one. If we do 4 days, maybe we'll do like some leftover stuff from the golf outing.
Okay.
If we do that, do we have some leftover stuff? I think we do.
I would imagine.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do that. So let's get the 4 days. We'll do a smaller giveaway on Friday. Kind of take it from there. Sound good?
Oh, we got to start with this one.
Can we give away garage beer? I'm sure there's a bunch of legal ramifications of that.
ounce, why not?
But I'd love to give like a voucher or something. People can go get a 12-pack of garage beer. By the way, like that golf outing on Saturday was so much fun. I can't thank garage beer enough, man. Because first off, we had the pounders out there, which was great because you didn't have to keep stopping to get more and more beer. Yeah. Garage beer. That was my first time having it at a golf situation. It might be the perfect golfing beer. I'm not kidding.
It's going down smooth.
It was just perfect. And then the other thing, let's just call it for what it is too. Like I had to drive, so I was responsible. I was not gonna. But it's like that's what I'm saying is I could just sip on it. I didn't get plastered. I just enjoyed my golf. Had a couple here and there, and you just enjoy your day. It was awesome. Love you. Great. All right, Grid. I don't love you, but let's kick its ass today. Let's go.
All right, Hall of Fame Eagles. Where do you want to start?
There you go, Reggie White. He didn't play for any of those other teams.
He didn't play for any other teams?
Well, he did play for other teams, but he didn't play the other two teams.
Okay, so it's got to be the 85 to 2000.
Yes.
Okay, Chargers, we could go LT. I don't think he played.
Nope. No, he did not.
And he's definitely in, right?
Yeah.
Excuse my spelling.
LaDainian's a tough
one. Okay, we could go Terry
Jerome
Bradshaw.
Bettis. Yeah, go Terry Bradshaw. Let's go.
Not Big Ben yet. Not AB yet.
Not yet.
That'll be a fun speech.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Well, speaking of Mike Vick.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. No, Mike Vick also works Steelers Falcons unless we can come up with another one.
Oh. We'll get there.
Go ahead.
I don't have one. I was just saying.
Oh.
Saying we'll come up with one. Falcons Chargers.
Falcons Chargers. Is that not Michael Turner? No. It's a running back. I know there's a running back speaking to me on that. I want to say Michael Turner, but I don't. There's a lot of them.
Can't confirm nor deny.
All right, hold off on that.
All right, Falcons Steelers. I just had one, I swear.
I wanted to say Cordell Patterson.
And he just got there.
But he just got there.
D'Angelo Williams didn't play for the Falcon City.
No, don't think so.
Okay, any quarterbacks?
I mean, Matt Schaub, no. Trubisky, no. Duck Hodges, Mason Rudolph, none of that. Don't think so. Yeah, we'll have
But we should have saved Vic. That's an L.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can come up with another Eagles Falcons. I mean, it's a give and take thing.
Did Julio Jones not play an Eagle this season?
Yeah, he did. It's all right. What's done is done. Here we are. All right, let's open up. Let's run through quarterbacks. All right, Patriots quarterbacks. Jacoby Brissett, Brian Hoyer.
Nick Foles, I don't think played for the Patriots.
No, he didn't play for the Patriots.
Mark Sanchez, I don't think played
Jacoby
for the Patriots.
Brissett, no.
Mac Jones, no.
No.
Carson Wentz, no.
Dumbass. Gerard Cherry.
What do you think that score is going to be?
0.01.
0.07.
Wow. There you go, Gerard. There you go.
Is Patriots Chargers? Well, we could go Hunter Henry.
You could go Danny Amendola.
Is that not Danny
too.
Woodhead as well?
Oh, Danny Woodhead, yes.
But I know for a fact that's Hunter Henry.
Yes. They love their tight ends up there for some reason. They gave to Hunter Henry a bag.
Steelers is that D'Angelo Williams?
I don't remember him playing for the Patriots. I don't remember him playing for the Patriots.
Antonio Brown never played for the Patriots, right?
No, you want to think that, and I do for a second as well. I know what you're thinking, but...
Juju.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right, Juju. Yeah. Well done. All right, Falcons.
Falcons chart. All right. I mean, Hayden Hurst.
I know you were going to bring up Hayden Hurst, but I don't think you were.
I think he's there now.
Where?
I think he just got to LA.
Oh.
I could be wrong in that.
Well, I mean, obviously it won't work here anyway.
Oh.
Wait, hey,
no.
But by the way, how nice is it going to be after this Sunday, though?
Right.
How nice is it going to be that after this Sunday, all these ones we keep bringing up. Grid next week's going to be prime.
Am I tripping? Jonnu Smith didn't play for the Chargers, did he? I know he's Falcons. I know he's Titans. I know he's Patriots.
So you might be getting Jonnu Smith and Jared Cook confused. Maybe.
Austin Hooper didn't play for the Chargers.
Hooper!
Right?
No. Because he also just got to New England, which is crazy. No, but I was going to bring up... No, that's not right, though. Crap. No, I lost my train of thought.
Should have saved Vic for the last one.
I mean... Chargers, Falcons.
DB?
Not that I can think of. I feel like there's a DB for the Falcons and the Steelers, but I can't think of what it is.
Yeah, I'm sure. Santonio Holmes, did he ever play for the Falcons?
No, he was Jets, Steelers.
Okay, did Hines Ward ever play
Hines
for the
Ward,
Falcons?
I don't think so.
Obviously, did Jerome Bettis play for?
He did go somewhere else. He started with the Rams.
Okay.
And then he went to the Steelers.
Okay.
The bus.
Lineman speaking to us?
Alan Faneca, I don't think so.
Alex Mack, did he ever play for the Chargers?
No. He was 49ers, Falcons. Corey Linsley, no.
Taylor Heineke, I don't think played for the Chargers ever.
No, he was just in Atlanta. Now he's somewhere else. The Steelers one is like all the Steelers.
Yeah, there's something
that we
there.
know
There's
that's
something.
gone through there.
There's something there.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't think kickers are going to help us here because Younghoe Koo's been there for Atlanta for a while. It's a deep cut, man. But what about Morton Anderson? You remember him?
Kicker?
Kicked forever.
Sebastian Janikowski.
Yeah, no, but like
that era.
Yeah, well, Morton Anderson.
Well, not Morton Anderson. I know.
Well, no, but I like if we got really down to it, Chargers, Falcons, I might just have to go Morton Anderson because I know for a fact he kicked in Atlanta, but I don't think he kicked in Pittsburgh.
I mean, Roddy White, did he ever play anywhere though?
Not that I can think of.
I mean,
oh! What about Algie Crumpler?
I don't know who that
Do you remember him?
No. That sounds like a Key and Peele movie.
I want to make that work, man.
That's not a Key and Peele
Damn
movie.
it. No, he's a real no. No, I know that. That's a good one. I know he played in Atlanta, and I want to speak into existence that he played for the Chargers, and I think it kind of maybe is true. The other one that I thought of was Lorenzo Neal. He was the fullback for the Chargers forever. And then I was just wondering if he might have gone to Atlanta.
Jaquiz Rogers. I always say that.
No, I mean, I don't know enough. Yeah, man. You might just have to rip Algie Crumpler there.
For Chargers Falcons?
Yeah, because then we could do the Steelers.
So Algie.
A-L-G-E. Algie Crumpler.
No way, that's a real person.
Yeah.
Rip it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Not a real person. Well, that's all she wrote, so I mean...
Yeah,
should I just see
scroll
if
down.
Michael Turner would have worked?
Yeah, I guess.
Or that was her Falcons Chargers?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It worked. I mean, yeah, Michael Vick was for...
Yeah, go down and see... Did they get rid of that? Oh, no, there it is.
No,
Steelers, Falcon. Oh, no, I guess
it was.
Chargers, Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be able to see the names, but...
No, it actually
Dwight
looks good on the
Freeney.
screen. Man, Dwight Freeney?
Tony Martin. I mean, Eric Kramer, I don't even know who that is. Eric Metcalf.
No, yeah.
I don't recognize anybody else, to be honest with you.
You want to bail out on Wordle?
Yeah, we probably should,
Okay.
but wait, I want to check. What was the other one? Oh.
Well, we would have Mike Vick, but then we would have had.
Are we doing Wordle?
We can, yeah. I think we're fine because the other one, if we would have moved Vic down, we easily had Julio Jones for the other. So we would have had that no problem. So.
All right, man. Time to put our Wordle hats on, I guess.
All right.
You want to start with
trash. Because that's a.
All
right.
Maybe we'll start.
I feel like it ends with a T.
Okay.
I feel like I don't know why I'm vibing that it's going to end with a T.
Okay.
How about WA something?
WA something?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm staring at W right now.
Oh, I got to plug in my mouse.
Okay, go ahead.
What if it's... No, it has a T. What was the word you said?
Just something with a W. Want? W-A-N, like wants, but then S, we already have the S, but we could find out about W. We could find out about where the spot could be for W-A-N-T, and we just sacrifice the S for wants. And we could get some letters, and we could see exactly where the W... At least we're putting the A and the T in two different spots now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so what is it?
Wants. W-A-N-T-S. Okay. All right.
So what if it starts with a T?
So it doesn't
I mean
start
an
with
N.
a T.
An N. N-A... I mean, we could do natal, but that would be two A's.
Is that a word?
Natal? Like prenatal care?
Oh, prenatal care. But yeah, we don't know because we haven't used two A's yet. It's very possible that there could be two A's.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, and so it's got to...
So then the N has got to be at the end.
Or right here.
Or no, the T has to be at the end.
Yes. Yes.
The T has got to be at the end. All right.
So
M-A...
And we know it has an...
And we know it has an N
between one of these.
No, it can't. The N's not in the middle.
Oh, so it's got to be here.
Right.
Oh.
So something NT.
Okay. Okay.
Paint?
Very well could be paint. I think that's it.
I hope so.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay.
Faint.
Faint? That's good.
There we go. All right. We'll take it.
Lifeline for the short one this week.
Yeah.
Lifeline for the short one.
I'll take it.
That's all right. Well, that's all right. And actually, I'll tell you what. As soon as we get done, I'm going to head into the office and make sure that I can, we'll get a little prize thing put together. They got to have some extra stuff, right?
100%.
Okay. All right. We'll get that. So we'll do that little giveaway. Well, again, we got to get there on Friday, but we'll get there when we do. All right. So let's catch up break. We'll jump into timeout. We'll get going for the guards tonight. We'll get our wagers for that. We'll update our 2 for Tuesday and the continuity rankings. I want to do this. That was interesting from CBS Sports. The team that brought the most back, and they did it on a point total. They did elite continuity. So here's how they did it. They will focus on the quarterback in the scheme, which is a maximum of 15 points. Then they gave 10 points for receiver quarterback continuity. Offensive line continuity, you would get 10 for that. Quarterback tight end, you get what I'm saying? It's all just on the offense. How many pieces do you have together? Came up with a point total, and I'll tell you where the Browns came out in that. So we'll get to time up. We'll get to that. Guards, plays, got it all for us. It was Fontana Show right here on Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby as Authentic takes them around the far turn. Tis the Laws making his move now, and they're into the stretch. These two stride for stride. Authentic, tis the Law. Here's the wire. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
All right, shoving a little bit of time up. Where did August go, man? We are into September now. I'll tell you what happened here on the 3rd of September before we get into continuity rankings and guards. We'll get to that coming up in just a second, but we head on back. This day, 2017. Jose Ramirez sets a modern-day MLB record with 14 extra base hits in his last 7 games, including 5 against Detroit in 1 game. Extra base machine for Jose Ramirez. This day, 2016, the Browns traded Justin Gilbert to the Steelers. What a fail. And it's like, was that Sashi? No, it was Ray Farmer. It was Farmer. He was bitching. He goes, I took Justin Gilbert for the head coach. I took the quarterback for the owner. And then I finally got to make my pick with Joel Bitonio. Like, yeah, sure, whatever. Justin Gilbert, I don't know what happened with him, man, but like that guy didn't deserve to be on an NFL field. And his back is coming out of Oklahoma State. People are like, he was the number 1 rated corner. It's so weird when I think about a lot of the Browns, like guys that you circle around. And I'm sure there's examples of so many other positions that don't really pan out. But I don't know why that corner seems to be so hard. Like, do you remember Dean Milliner? Everybody wanted them to suck, right? Like Caleb Farley, who we talked about last week being a potential for the Cleveland Browns because on the street, like, corner just seems to be that, like, feast or famine position, maybe even more than quarterback. Like, there are some top-level corners that hit the draft, man, and they do nothing in the NFL.
Arguably the hardest position to play.
Well, I'm sure. 100%. I'm sure that is. It's got to be, but yeah, man, Justin Gilbert traded the Browns, or traded the Steelers this day, 2016. How about a preseason game? This day, 2015. Could you imagine playing a preseason game this late into the year?
They're talking about playing Labor Day. Like last week, starting the season
like
now.
Starting the regular season?
Yeah.
I mean, when they go to 18, they're going to push the Super Bowl back a week so we can all take President's Day off. But
oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. When they add the 18th game, which they're going to do.
People get off work for that?
Yeah, most everybody takes President's Day off. So it's like everybody says the Monday after the Super Bowl should be a holiday anyway. You give it President's Day, which is like a federal holiday.
Damn Saturday.
I wish they would, but again, if you get Monday off, then it's a little bit different. But the thing is, if they add a second bye, which I think they will, then they're going to have to start the season earlier. You know what I'm saying? And then you could play Sunday and have almost a full slate of games on Monday, too. Imagine that. And college, which they don't give a damn about, you could literally play. You have your Thursday night opener. You let college play Friday, Saturday, and then you play Sunday, Monday. And you could have primetime games all day on Monday, too.
Kids with oh, well, no, they'll be done by then.
What's that?
Are you talking about the whole season? College plays Friday and Saturday?
Oh, no. I'm talking about Labor Day. I'm talking about Labor Day weekend if they did that. Which is hard because I know people that are steadfast. They get super annoyed. High school should be Fridays. College should be Saturdays. They don't care. I mean, they really don't care. But if you did bump it up to play Labor Day weekend, NFL could have a semi-full slate Saturday. You could have national games all day Monday. Have your doubleheader Monday night, which they normally do anyway. Have that on Labor Day. Why not? I mean, eventually we'll get there. But anyway, Browns preseason action. This day, 2015, Thad Lewis was your starting quarterback, threw an interception. Terrence West, Sean Drawn, and Terrell Pryor were your leading rushers in that game. Josh Lenz had 49 receiving yards. Rob Hausler, Vince Maley, and Dwayne Bowe all getting receptions for the Browns. Ibrahim Campbell and Tank Carter were your leading tacklers for the Browns this day 2015. This day 2014, do you remember Merrill Hodge was just ripping Johnny Manziel? Well, it started this day 2014. He would lay, and again, he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. But Merrill Hodge had something against Johnny, and he started ripping into him this day 2014. Again, Merrill Hodge was a noted Steelers person. But man, did he hate Johnny Manziel. All started this day 2014. This day 2008, Oklahoma City announced the Thunder as their new team name in reference to the strong storms in the area. Yeah.
What's better, Thunder or Twisters?
They should name them Twisters.
Or Cyclones.
Cyclones are great. I love that name for Iowa State. There will never, I say never, it's a strong word. There'll never be a worse name in sports other than the New Orleans Pelicans. That name sucks. That logo sucks. Their color scheme isn't bad. The Pelicans are the stupidest name. Even worse than the Guardians and worse than the Commanders.
Still on the Guardians.
Hey, man, I'm coming back around the other way. I don't know why. The Thunder, that really doesn't do it for me either. This day 2000, Kenny Lofton scores in the first inning, making it 18 straight games that he scores a run, tying an MLB record. He also stole 5 bases in the game, which tied a Cleveland club record this day 2000. This day 1970, Vince Lombardi passed away. Of course, one of the greatest football coaches of all time. This day 1894, the first ever, Labor Day was recognized for the first time this day 1874. This day 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed, which ended what war?
Treaty of Paris, that was World War I.
No, 1783.
Oh. 1783.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
1783, the Treaty of Paris ends what war? Well, the Revolutionary.
That ended
that late. Yeah,
really?
1783, and signified America as a free nation. This day, 1777, the American flag was flown for the first time in battle.
Nice.
Worked out pretty well. Very happy birthday goes out to former Indians reliever Eric Plunk, former Cavalier Chris Gatling, Jenny Finch, Shaun White, Charlie Sheen, and the founder of Porsche, Ferdinand Porsche, celebrating birthdays today. What's your luxury brand? If you could pick a luxury car brand.
Oh, God. I don't know.
I don't even know either.
A Bugatti.
Porsche is fine. Yeah, Bugatti, McLaren, Maserati, I guess.
Camaro, Jaguar.
I guess. All right, one television show for you debuted this day, 2008.
2008, okay.
This also has a lot to deal with a mode of transportation.
This is a show?
Yeah. Has a lot to do with a mode of transportation.
Can I get a little more? Is it that obvious?
I would say obvious, but it's like there's a lot to do with the characters on the show. I'll kind of have the same mode of transportation, if you will. What?
Oh. Sons of Anarchy?
That is correct.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Big pool.
There you go. Didn't want to give it up to you for today.
Pool.
Never watched it. Heard good things, but
never watched it.
Can't say I've ever watched it.
Yeah, heard great things.
There it is. All right. The announcement coming up at 11. Tom Withers has dropped a little nugget here. He just sent a tweet out about 10 minutes ago that says, "What's your name again?" And he showed a picture of the stadium. It's stadium naming rights. Shout out to my guy, Jordan Zerm. He goes, if they name that stadium the Dude Wipe Stadium, I'm moving to Kansas.
Does he enjoy ruining the surprise?
What?
Is he proud of himself?
Tom? Maybe Tom doesn't know. Maybe he's just, he might just be saying that.
Kids Santa's not real too?
Hey, well, stop that. Santa's very real.
That's on me. I didn't think of it.
Stop that. When you stop believing, he stops coming to your house.
That is very true.
That is very true. When you say that Santa's not real anymore, he stops coming to your house.
Oh, what do you think?
Because everybody always talks like, he goes to every house. No, he just goes to the house of the people.
I think our age demographic is pretty.
I'm assuming the kids are back in school. I don't know. I don't know. I never project to presume on that. But Santa's very real. I don't know what to tell you. All right, this continuity score I think is interesting. So CBS Sports and Josh Edwards went through just on offensive side of things and came up with a grading scale with a maximum score of 100. Okay. Do you want me to break down how he comes up with this max score?
Sure.
Your coach is the same, 15 points. The offense has a maximum of 45 points. Defense has a maximum of 35, and special teams is 5. So on offense, quarterback in the scheme is worth 15 max. Wide receiver quarterback relationship is 10. Offensive line is 10. Quarterback tight end, 6.5. And running back is 6. Then the defense at a maximum of 35 points. Front 7 has a maximum of 20. And the secondary has 15.
Okay.
So, imagine, again.
Yeah, I got you.
So you would think...
Yeah, how could the Browns not be top 30?
That they would be pretty up there, right?
Yeah.
So, again, with a max score of 100, which team do you think has the most continuity in the NFL by a wide margin?
Really?
Wide margin. They got 84 out of 100.
I mean, the Browns are right there, but maybe the Eagles outside of Saquon are pretty... returned.
They are, but for some reason so the top 5 he put in the elite category. There are 5 teams in the elite.
And the Browns aren't in there?
No, they are, but they're not number 1.
Oh, okay.
They're not number 1.
Well, the 49ers.
Chiefs. 84 points for the Chiefs.
Well,
Which again, they
how are the
keep
49ers,
changing
the
their
49ers
receiver.
are above them. How
right.
can that be?
They keep changing their receivers. I don't get it. Chiefs are 84. Ravens 73.
How? They lost their whole offensive line.
49ers 72. Colts 72. And the Cleveland Browns are 70.
How are the Eagles not on there?
They are...
outside of Saquon. And Jason Kelsey, I guess.
Dude, the Eagles were 23rd on this list at 51 with average continuity. He said, the Eagles are expected to perform better than their lack of continuity may suggest. Philadelphia welcomed new coordinators, but it left a lot of points on the season with their back 7 and secondary areas scattered through the roster.
I guess I didn't consider coordinators, but...
I don't think coordinators are a part of this, right?
I don't
they
think
shouldn't
said
be.
that in the rules.
I didn't know. I didn't think so either. I guess it is just coaching is what they said with a maximum of 15 points. But, I just thought it was interesting that you're right. The Browns, for as much as we ran back all this stuff, they came in 5th with elite continuity. Now, does that factor into things? I don't know necessarily, but it is I think that's part of the reason why this season, it's not that I'm not excited for Sunday. I am. I'm ready to go for this year. But it's this offseason, it wasn't all the shiny new toys. You got Jerry Jeudy, which was great. The draft was fine. Obviously, that's taking a hit because Michael Hall's not on your team right now. But it's like such a change for the Browns where, you got Odell, and then you're like, all right, then you get this, and then you get this guy, and then you get this guy. There was so much that you did. This offseason was about nothing but keeping your guys and adding Jerry Jeudy. That was it. You snuffed out this Amari Cooper thing. You signed Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah to his contract extension. Like, there wasn't a massive amount of work that needed to be done for the Cleveland Browns. Now, there's two ways to skin that cat. You could look at it and say, this was a playoff team, one of the best defenses that you've ever seen, run that back. Well, the other side is, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. If you're not improving areas, you're getting worse. Now, I think they've improved in the right areas. I like Jerry Jeudy being here. I like the signings on that defensive line. But you look at a lot of you're asking David Njoku to do what he did last year. You're asking Wyatt Teller to do what he did last year. You're asking Shelby Harris to do what he did last year. It's never quite that easy, right? You're asking a lot of guys that are key players on this team to do it over again. The other thing about continuity, you know what that lends it to? Age. I saw a graphic over this weekend. Didn't we always used to think of the Browns as this young and upcoming team? Bro, we're like the 6th oldest team in the NFL all of a sudden. There's no way, and you know me trying to find things on Twitter while the show's going on. I'll never be able to find that graphic again. But, okay, let me just I think I remember who retweeted it. One second. Because you know what? I should have just retweeted it. There's a salary cap one. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Anyway, we are now one of the oldest teams in football. And with that in mind, that comes back to, again, yes, the continuity. You are looking at your continuity. So you've had a lot of these players here for a couple of years. And, again, there's good and bad, right? You got these guys here. You know what their base level should be. But if you're not getting better, you could be getting worse. It's going to be so big for the Browns this season to have some of their guys step up and take that next step. We got a new t-shirt out. Did you see this one? The Fighting Stefanskis are out.
I did see that.
We got it for him. I hit the repost on that. I got to get that one from go to bigplay.com, by the way, and you can get our store. Fighting Stefanski. I'm going to need that shirt. Tell Cody. Need that shirt. Got to have it. Got to have it right there. All right, want to do this. Check our Twitter questions this morning. A 2 for Tuesday, as always. 2 questions, 2 answers. First one, how concerned or are you concerned about Jack Conklin going over there to play on the left side? What do we got?
He is still pretty heavily favored. They're not worried. 76.4%.
It's the naming rights. Tom Withers just posted a picture of them at the news conference. They're on the field with a giant video board that says, "Welcome to Cleveland Browns Stadium." They're going to turn it over to something else.
Can you tell Tom to stop spoiling?
I mean, I like the information. It's not like he's spoiling anything. He literally just sent a picture out
the
from
same guy who loves when Woj and Shams and Schefter when they drafted. Before they say it.
I kind of do.
Unreal.
Special. Is it Meyer, Sherwin Williams? They're already up on the video board, so maybe maybe that's it. So I'm assuming it's going to be the stadium rights, and we'll get that as soon as our show ends.
Well, you know what to say about assuming?
Yeah, that's true too. It's true too. Could be completely wrong. Other one, Muni Lot or Pitt?
Muni Lot with 70.9%.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We got tailgating, getting geared up, ready to go for that this weekend. It's going to be awesome. Well, a part of that, getting ready to go. Maybe you got to spend some money on some stuff. Let's win you some money with the guards. Let's go. What do we got? Is it 7:40 tonight?
Yeah, it's a late one.
It's Central Time. All right, Guardians a slight 115 favorite. Your over-under is an even 8. Let's see what we got. Brady Singer, Tanner Bybee. Bybee's last 3 starts, 2 losses and a no decision. He's given up 10 earned runs over his last 3 starts, including his last start. They got the win, but he got the no decision. He gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. Now, the thing about Tanner Bybee, strikeouts, 6, 6, and 7 in his last 3 starts. So do you like on the over-under?
Go 5.
Like the 5. Okay.
5.5.
Here's the thing. Kansas City is the second best team at not striking out in baseball.
Don't care.
They only average 6.8. Okay, so let's do. All right, okay, let's start here. What you said 4?
No, 5.
5.5. Is that his over/under for the game?
I assume so.
Okay, stand by. Logging in. MLB. All right, guards. Minus a run and a half plus 140. You know me, buddy. I got a boost. on Bet365. Guardians money line. Bybee 5 or more. Jose hit plus 250. Do you like that? I kind of do. All right, same game parlay. Pitcher props. Strikeouts is over under at 5.5. So you like the over to get to the 6?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. That's plus 120. You flip it over for Singer. He's got a win, a loss, and a no decision in his last 3 starts. His last start against Houston, he went 6 innings, only giving up 2 runs. He is a strikeout machine. 6, 5, and 6 in his last 3 starts. His strikeouts are only at 4.5. What if I went Bybee over, Brady Singer over? Dude, that gets me to plus 300 already.
Throw in a home run in there from someone.
No.
Why?
Brady Singer started against the Guardians in June. He went 3 2/3, just giving up 2 runs, striking out 2. Bybee's last start against Kansas City, I mentioned, he just went 5 innings, giving up 5 runs and striking out 6. Going back to, actually, dude, he's faced Kansas City 3 times this year. He's got 2 no decisions and a win. He's averaging 5 1/3 innings, gave up 5, 2, and 2 earned runs, and he struck out 16 in his 3 starts against the Royals. So that's right on your 5.
Yeah, right about 5.
Right about your 5 on that. Do you like the over-under? Under has hit 6 out of the Guardians' last 9 games. For Kansas City, under 4 out of their last 6 against Cleveland, but the over has hit 11 out of their last 14 at home.
I don't know, because I think Bybee's going to shove.
You think he's going to get it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so if we think Bybee's going to be dealing, should I take Singer out of it? Do you think he gets 5? Do you think they get after Singer? I don't like putting the opponent in this, but I like a little boost for it.
Yeah.
What if I put... Well, again, if we're going to go strikeouts, you're behooved to take the under. Behoove yourself to take the under. Give me the hook. I hate even over-unders. Do this. Would you give me a boost? Under 9.5 gets me to plus 425. If I go Singer over strikeouts, Tanner Bybee over strikeouts, and under 9.5, that gets me up to plus 425. You like that?
Yeah, now add a home run.
Who?
Quan.
Hang on. Can I just do Quan over 2.5 bases?
No.
You think he's due?
Mm-hmm.
Let me find it. I can't find it here. Player props. Player home runs.
You know who actually have a feeling is going to go yard tonight?
Gets me plus 14. Now you tell me who.
Bo. Is he catching?
Yeah. See, actually, he gives me lower odds than Quan for Bo Naylor to go yard. What about Manzardo? If he's in the lineup. Which I'm assuming he will. I'm sticking with my 3. Bybee over strikeouts, Singer over strikeouts, under the 9.5. Book it and get it done. All right, it's going to do it for us today. We're back on a Wednesday. Tonight, don't forget a special edition with a big announcement for the Big Play Cleveland show with a brand new segment coming tonight. We got The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs and Enter the Jungle with James Rapine and crew. Browns announcement coming up at 11.
Yeah, I kind of want to. I wish they would announce it now.
Do you just want to stay on to see what it is?
Yeah, we can stay on for a minute.
All right, we can stay on for a minute. You don't have anywhere to be, right?
No.
It's got to be the stadium.
But like, what could it be?
Well, the stadium name. They're going to sell the name.
I know. I understand that. I'm saying, what do you think the name is?
So here are the ones. Literally, I'm looking at the board. Okay, the board. The scoreboard there at again. I'm sorry. First Energy Stadium at Cleveland Brown Stadium. Sherwin-Williams is already up there. Myers already up there. Serve Pro is already up there, and Bally Bet is already up there with 7-Up. It ain't 7-Up. It ain't Bally Bet, and I don't think it's Serve Pro. I doubt highly that it's Meyer, and I don't know if Sherwin-Williams gets that done. So who could it be? Now you got to remember. in all of this like stadium naming stuff, it doesn't have to be from Cleveland.
Right.
Freaking AccuSure's not from Pittsburgh. I have no idea what it could be as far as the name goes. We know. Listen, we're sitting at a point right now that it very much has to be the naming rights of the stadium. We just don't know what the name is going to be. What do you think they charged for it?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know what.
How much did
run.
AccuSure pay for stadium? I did not spell AccuSure.
You just gonna be like a bank.
AccuSure?
No, like the one
Oh. I can't even spell AccuSure. I don't even know how much that is. The Pittsburgh Steelers and AccuSure signed a naming rights deal that was worth between $10 and $20 million a year.
That's less than I thought, to be honest.
10 to 20 a year.
Yeah. We could swing that.
Yeah. The deal with the Steelers was worth $150 million. Supposedly $10 million a season over the next 15 years.
That's actually less than I thought it would be.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, still, that's like...
what did Progressive pay for the Indians?
That's a good question. I know, that's a good question. I mean, the other thing is, like, that money, okay, what's the first thing you're going to think of? Well, that's money they can now spend on the stadium when it goes somewhere else. They're not going to take, like, the naming rights for the stadium of where it is now, that will go up if they move to Brook Park. So I'll say this. I actually read nothing into this naming announcement and them leaving or not. Because I think either that deal will get redone or this will only be a 6-year deal or something like that. I know they have to be out by 2028, but whatever. Then the other thing was the NFL passing that you can have up to 10% of a minority or not minority, but oh my God, you know, a corporation can come in and buy a piece of the team right now. Well, 10% of the evaluation of the Cleveland Browns, that's like $400 billion or $1 million, right? What's the Browns' evaluation right now?
Oh God, 5 something.
The Browns' valuation right now is $3.85 billion. If you get that 10%, well, that's $385 million that you could use for a new stadium or whatever when they sell the part of that team eventually, which what will happen. You know, also thing is us waiting until 11 o'clock. You assume they're going to make the announcement right at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we might have to.
We might have to wait.
Yeah.
We'll wait. We'll see, because they might have a tweet like in the primer, you know, ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like, yeah, you know, there's got to be some sort of, I guess it could come out of nowhere, man. It's going to be a company out of nowhere.
Tweet it out what you think it's going to be and see if you're right. Be first on the scoop.
Mr. Hero Stadium. This is what it is. Welcome to Mr. Hero Stadium, home of
the Roman Burger,
the Cleveland Browns, and the Roman Burger. This is a joke. I mean, you're not going to go. They're like, wait, what is Mr. Hero Stadium? Welcome to Mr. Hero Stadium, home of the Cleveland Browns and the Roman Burger. I destroyed some Roman burgers watching the Browns beat up on somebody else.
Tweet it.
I did.
Tweet it.
I did.
No, I'm talking about the Browns.
Oh. I am feverishly hitting the retweet right now.
Danny Cunningham 2 hours ago already said Tim Misney Field at Mr. Hero Stadium.
Oh, yeah, I saw Danny. So, yeah, Tim Misney. I can't do the eyebrow thing. There's no way Misney's got that money.
No.
He's loaded, but I don't know if he's got that money. I don't know if he's got that kind of money. It is a pretty full house. So obviously this is big because obviously they'll send everybody else, but they have like 10 chairs on the dais. So the Hasms will be up there, probably Dave Jenkins. The scoop would be is if you see executives and you know who they are for what company. You know what I'm saying? Like if you saw Ken Miles up there, you'd be like, oh, big play. But it's not us. Maybe it's not us. I don't know.
To imagine
what
if we had no idea and it just happened.
It just happened. Well, then maybe they'd have a little in for me to, step on in.
All right, it's 11. Where's it at?
They're not going to announce it right now. They're going to get up there. They're going to yip and yak for a minute. Daryl is there. I probably should just open Daryl's Twitter because I'm assuming he's going to have it pretty quick. Where is it? Nope, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Right?
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything yet. There's our Stefanski fighting Stefanski shirt.
Yeah, what if they don't do it till like 11:30?
What?
If they don't do it till like 11:30 or something?
Well, we'll stay on for a couple of minutes.
All right.
I don't want to give it too much longer. But oh yeah, Joey Chestnut beat what's his name?
Kobayashi.
Kobayashi. Did you see that? I'm just on Twitter, so I'm just staring at it right now. Oh man.
DJ Ukulele Stadium.
Oh my God. How is he still that bad? He's been playing college football for 8 years. Not good. Kegs are tapped for Oktoberfest, I guess, this weekend. Friday, Saturday. All right. Go there. Dude, okay. We're just awkwardly waiting for the announcement here from the Cleveland Browns. Have they even started? I wonder if are they live streaming this?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because I was wondering if we would be able to at least see on the live stream.
What if it's not even stadium naming?
I'll bet you my bottom dollar it is. Huntington Bank Field.
That's what it is.
Huntington Bank Field.
I told you it's gonna be a bank.
You said you were right.
Where do you see that?
Tom Withers.
Of course.
Tom Withers. Huntington Bank Field. 20-year partnership with the bank. It could be worse.
Could be better.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Huntington Bank
Field. Everybody get it out. Huntington Bank Field.
Huntington Bank
Field. Isn't KeyBank headquartered here?
Yeah.
Where's Huntington Bank? I guess it's headquartered in Columbus. Huntington Bank Field. Initial reaction. We're live right here. Huntington Bank Field. Are they? I mean, it's like anything. People still call it the Jake.
Yeah.
I like Quicken Loans. Huntington Bank Field. Huntington Bank Field. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Plus, like anything, it's going to be, it's going to take some time to get used to it. And eventually, I think we'll turn over a new leaf to it. But the Browns announced it. It is Huntington Bank Field for the next 20 years, at least. At least. Mike says, I hate that name because I bank there and it means I'm paying for the rights. It is what it is. Oh, would you like a little?
What?
What if the Haslams need money to go build that in Brook Park and now they can call on Huntington Bank?
Bruh.
Connect that dot.
Go ahead.
Connect that dot while you're at it.
I know you want to tweet that.
I'm just saying. Huntington Bank Field. So it's not like, again, Huntington Bank Stadium. It's not like Cleveland Browns Field. It's not like Paul Brown Field at Huntington Bank Stadium. It's just Huntington Bank Stadium. It's not bad, man. I don't know. It's all right. It is what it is. The lane goes, I'd be surprised if Huntington Bank's around for the next 20 years. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, Browns got their announcement out. Enjoy that for the rest of the day. We'll have more reaction to that tomorrow. Back on a Wednesday. Again, don't forget, big announcement tonight. Big Play Cleveland show. Brand new segment. Brand new person brought into the fold here at Big Play. So stay tuned for that. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.